here's a question. Have you heard of Kyle Thomas? With nearly 35 million TikTok followers alone, the animal lover turned activist may well be the most influential person in the world that you've never heard of. He is more popular than stars Beyoncé and Taylor Swift on the platform, and he has... his following is even bigger than the population of Peru. Around them. We normally say bigger than the population of Wales, but no, bigger than the population of Peru. And here's why so many can't get enough of him.
Hi, I'm Kyle Thomas.
Ow.
Okay, so I currently have wax stuck to my eyebrows and I need to get it off. Okay guys, so I tried the synchronized swimming thing and I haven't been able to get it out of my hair. Okay guys, so we're putting sea turtle eggs into nests, building a zoo. I'm joking, not really. I'm building a wildlife park and sanctuary here in Northern Ireland.
Well, Kyle Thomas joins me now. Well, Kyle, what's it like being you? Because it is a bit bonkers, isn't it?
It is a bit crazy. TikTok and everything like that is mad, but for me it's amazing because I get to be around the animals and I grew up as this little kid who loved animals. So it just works out perfectly for me, but I don't think I've had time to process yet that TikTok is this crazy space. Like listening Taylor Swift and Beyoncé, it's a bit mad.
It is a bit mad, but just explain for those, like, people of my generation, maybe. Maybe I just don't understand it fully. But so when do you realise, as a sort of, I don't know how old you were when you started TikTok?
I was 14 when I started on social media.
14.
Yeah.
You were just doing silly little videos, the slime thing and all of this sort of stuff. When does it go from being fun for you to being a full-paid job that then is this enormous platform?
Yeah, that's a good question because I think I started out with it was just videos and I really, really, really enjoyed it. And for the whole time I was doing it, it has just been that. And when I've not loved it so much, I've kind of just left it alone for a bit. But I think when you're like, oh my gosh, I need to pay taxes and I need to deal with this and money's involved now and all of this.
So the platform pays you because you're doing really well on it?
Well, no. So the platform doesn't really pay at all. TikTok doesn't pay very much whatsoever. It's brands that will work with you.
Right.
And through those brands, they sponsor, you know, oh, I'm wearing their clothes or I'm doing this.
Yes.
Which I'm sure you've done a bit of.
We're not allowed to because I work in news, but I understand. So that's really interesting. So then all of a sudden it becomes this enormous money earner for you. But you've stayed and you've felt both sides of the social media world, haven't you? You've felt the backlash because apart from all the slime stuff, then you started showing off your beautiful little exotic
animals
that you've always loved and your family have always kept.
Yeah, so I had the exotic animals before TikTok, do you know what I mean? And then, but yeah, I started sharing them with people and they loved it.
Yes, and then the welfare issues came in.
Yeah.
People are, quite rightly, very, you know, can be very touchy and very concerned about, is it right for these animals to be in your home?
And be protective over the fact that those animals have instinctive needs and that they need more than that. And also the biggest thing was that it wasn't giving off the right. Even if we were providing them with as much as we could at home, people are seeing that and they're like, oh, I can now do this. And it wasn't encouraging people in the right way, which was a massive thing that I realised. And I was like, I have to do something to show people that actually I'm going to educate myself and exotic animals don't belong in the house. And I think that's the journey I've been on this year by going here, going there and really hearing from these people, not just because people are online are telling me this is what I should be doing. It's like, I want to understand why is this not right?
And it's amazing, really, because you and your mum, you've done a bit of a mea culpa. Yeah, we got something wrong here.
Yeah.
But we're now, with the capybara, there was a beautiful creature that you sort of took into your home and you love and care for these creatures, but that didn't end up very well, did it? And so then there was a bit of a backlash and your mum got into a bit of trouble over that. But what I think is amazing is that you went away from social media for 5 months, learnt loads more, and now you've come back with a documentary.
Yeah, so I took that time off of social media, I think even maybe longer than 5 months, because I used to post loads. Then I started just posting to let people know I was alive. But I was actually spending loads of time just learning because I was like, OK, there's something up here. Exotic animals don't belong in the house. I'd sort of started to hear more about the bad sides of the exotic pet trade.
Yes.
And I was like, I want to be a part of the solution of this. And I want to tell people, let's not have exotic pets. I want to be a part of the solution, not the problem. So I took that time out and it was really amazing. And then the documentary started filming within that. And
because you bought some land in Northern Ireland to try and set
do
up like
better.
a conservation area. Yeah,
to try and make sort of a sanctuary for exotic pets that people no longer could take care of, or they wanted to give them more. But obviously the neighbours in Northern Ireland.
Planning restrictions are always one of those boring things that get in the way. Well, you're obviously hugely... You're only 20 now.
Yeah.
It's extraordinary to hear, because you're very, very engaging. So it's obvious why you've got 35 million followers. And the documentary's out on the iPlayer.
Yes,
Super
it's
stuff.
out on iPlayer.
Lovely to meet you, Kyle.
Nice to meet you.
Great stuff. Thank you.